How you doing there, folks? Mighty fine to see you. It's me, Ricky Joe Bobby Earnhardt, here back with you at the Place to Be Reviews. Now, I bet you're wondering, Ricky Joe Bobby Earnhardt, what are you doing here on a Wednesday night? Well, Etep said the response to my introduction from Saturday night's main event was so good, so resoundingly positive, that he brought me back once again to introduce to you the #1 show on Wednesday nights in all of YouTube. No matter how big or small the channel is, much like my intellect, it perseveres through all circumstances. This is, ladies and gentlemen, holy shit news. My trailer park might be featured on here soon. Back to you in the studio, Etep. Yes, and before I go, Etep, I do have one more thing to say to AngelousDraven. Draven, goddammit, would you lay off those retarded girls? Jesus Christ, you're crazier than a hog in a pan of slop during feeding time. Back to you, Etep.
This motherfucker.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event tonight. Andre, the China WrestleMania!
WrestleMania is running wild.
My God, what a match! It's not the world is watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
Well, I'm headed down the southern trail. I'm going chicken hunting, chopping redneck chicken necks. I ain't saying nothing to that hillbilly. Stick my barrel in his eye. Boom shaka, head chunks in the sky. Why? I never liked chicken pot pie or a chopped chicken on rye. Tell Mr. Willie Bubba I'ma cut his neck up. Chop, chop, there you go, scare cut. What do you do with a drunken hillbilly? Cut his fucking eyes out and feed him to his Aunt Tilly. Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Holy shit! Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. Were you thinking, holy shit, a swordfish almost went through my head?
Holy shit! Holy shit! And all the assholes want us to shit all over everything. Holy shit!
Where's the Tylenol?
Good Wednesday evening, everyone. It is he, it is me, P-double-D, Etep Wakuyan, from the Place to Be Reviews, right back here with all of you. Wednesday night means holy shit news episode number, what are we on, 34. I had to look at the other screen, I can't remember. That might be due to the amount of edibles I've eaten today. Who knows? But regardless, we're here. We're fine. We're all fine. How are you? We're good. Let's welcome this wonderful chat. See, we got your Tollbats here. Instant Regret, Brutal Morningwood, Bad Take Bojan, Superfan Adam Gashan, Keely Chow's in the house, St. Floyd of Fentanyl. Any white people need a good slapping around? Feeling guilty yet, baby? Wait, hang on. We've got. Do we have it here? I think we've got it. Oh. All be praised, base St. Floyd of Fentanyl. There he is. There's St. Floyd. It's good to be here, folks. It's good to be here. Gap. White people. Gap After Dark is here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Let me introduce to you. Let's see. Let's start out first here with this guy who just showed up in the back. Sometimes getting the invite late has its privileges. Ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta get a Greenstein or a Rosenblatt of my very own.
Nothing else has worked so far, so I'll wish upon a star. Wondrous dancing speck of light, I need a Jew.
The goyim knows, shut him down. I'm glad to know that even though a Polish Jew is running the show, that I get to be the token Jew.
You're the only one that wears the kapor. I was raised Catholic.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I got all the guilt, baby.
It's not a backwards baseball cap. It's just a kipper with a brim.
That's what I've been telling everybody.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, man. Glad to be here.
Absolutely, brother. Good to have you. Good to have you. All right. Next up, let's see. Let's go over and this might happen again at Horror Hound this year, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back at Horror Hound August 18th through the 21st, and this guy will be there too. And poor Nev Campbell.
Got the magic stick. I know if I could hit once, I could hit twice.
It's AngelousDraven.
Yes, it is. She's gonna have a good time. And Tame Mello was gonna probably have a good time as well. So yeah, maybe twice or maybe together. Maybe we'll see. Get a little old, get a little new. You know.
2 girls, 1 Draven.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, we know if anybody can handle it, it's you, Big Ange.
We'll reenact that scene in
Wild Things.
In Bram Stoker's Dracula with
I was
Keanu
thinking
Reeves.
Wild Things.
I'm Keanu Reeves in this situation.
I was thinking more The Ringer.
God damn it. Yeah. Today was a hell of a day for me, so I'm just happy to be here and enjoy a good laugh and whatever you got going on.
Absolutely, brother. Good to have you. Good to have you, man. And yeah, check us out down if you're in the Indianapolis area, the 18th through the 21st. Check us out down there. We'll be at Horror Hound for the full 3 days. Even I'll even go, depending on how hungover I am on Sunday, I might go back. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, he is, of course, one of our wonderful regulars here, representing the Legion of Memers out of, I don't know, we'll make up a university. I don't know. Just insert your university here.
Each leap brings us closer to God. Catch me, Lord, catch me. Wait. Oh. What have we done to make God angry? You did it.
I love that video every time I see it played. Just a small smile comes to my face. But it's me. It's CJP. Glad to be here to see what Florida Man's up to this week. I'm sure he's not been up to any weird shenanigans or strange goings on or anything of that nature.
They never are.
No, they're perfect model citizens.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
No.
No, Florida Man is a good citizen. You know, he's community and civic minded. He takes care of business, takes care of the people.
He was just getting some Skittles and Arizona iced tea. That's all he was doing.
Damn.
Thank you for being here, CJ. We appreciate it, brother, as always. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, a new regular here on the panel. Soldier Spirit isn't here tonight. But as I said, we are always bringing in new talent here. And let me just introduce him this way, because he's already got his own clip and you didn't know it.
You stole my Jesus fish, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Devil Made Me Do It is here, folks.
How's it going, everybody? Happy to be here. I forgot how good Nev Campbell looked in that little old lady nightgown she was in that clip.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh my. Oh, good to have you, man. Good to have you, brother.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So that being said, folks, we do have some more peeps that popped into the chat. Let me welcome them proper here. Let's see. Let's scroll up a little bit. So we had Brutal, you got a link waiting for if you want one. We got Rise Together. What's up, Fallon? And those of you wondering, the Phantom Collective account on Twitter has been suspended. Which is, if you know the Phantom Collective, which I'm a member of, that's bullshit. All they do is repost and help creators network and connect with other creators, and it's a crock of shit. So keep tweeting at Twitter support, and they do have a backup account, the Phantom Collective Archive. So make sure you follow that and. Rise Together, that account, that's Fallon posting from there. So she's doing a lot of the retweets, which she does on a daily basis. So thank you, Fallon, for that. And Gap After Dark posting links in the chat for everybody. JB's here. Papa Cotton is in the house. What's up, Papa? Hey, Walton, what's going on? Hail, my rogue brethren. What's going on, sir? Welcome. Hey. Good to see you. And so let's get into this, folks. We do have our headlines, which we start out our Wednesday nights with. And this week we have some guest celebrity presenters who were still in town from recording for the 4th of July videos. So they'll be presenting this evening. So here's our headlines. Headline number 1. Here we go. Headline number 1. Ungrateful American swine Natasha Cloud says, our country is such trash in so many ways, and instead of using our resources to make it better, we continue to oppress marginalized groups we have targeted since the beginning of times. Black and brown communities and LGBTQ+. Man, we are too powerful to be attacking issues separately. I am Yuri Grabovich reading this tweet. Now, back to you, Etep. So,
God.
This question: how can you be a marginalized group when the media, Hollywood, and government bend over completely backwards, spread wide open, and say, "Go to"?
Yeah, that is a very good question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After applying the non-GMO, organically certified, lube to their.
They're not going to apply lube anymore.
My sentiment though is, if you're not rooting for the home team, get the fuck out of the stadium. Seriously, quit your bitching. Like, if you don't like it here, nobody's keeping you here.
I love how she, in the end, all of us marginalized groups, we need to fight together. We need to fight this together. They've been doing that for years, and it's falling apart. You're having, the gay people saying, okay, we're sick and tired of the trans people. You have the Islamic people saying we're sick and tired of the gay people. Yep. It's all falling apart here, guys. Your little group is not going to hold water here.
It's because it's utopia, and it never works.
It also shows the flaws in intersectionalism.
Yep.
Well, we've been taking advantage for giving tolerance, basically. And right now, there's being a hard line drawn in the sand. Basically.
When does it stop, man? It's like,
and it doesn't. That's what we learned this year.
Yep.
When does it stop? It's like, okay, left-handed Korean people with green eyes over there, left-handed Korean people with green eyes, and clubfoot over here.
Okay.
Right? Well, that's it too. For people who talk about tolerance and they talk about acceptance, they sure like to categorize and marginalize and break people down into smaller groups and subsets, don't they?
Well,
everybody's welcome.
Let's explore that word for a second. That's another Marxist term that has manifested itself in the last 15 years or so. Yep. Yeah. Marginalized. What does that mean? Oh, that's right. It means you're a minority. It means you're not the primary demographic. Everybody's marginalized. The white Europeans are the most marginalized group if you look at a global scale.
Yeah. To his credit, there's an NBA player, former NBA player named Enes Kanter, He is based as fuck, and he came out and shot this bitch down like a Scud missile.
He literally changed his last name to Freedom.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
His last name now is Freedom.
Yeah, that guy's based as fuck, man. Like
That's
I
an
said,
awesome
I absolutely love that. And he did. He's like, nope, just shot her down, and it was a beautiful thing. So let's go here. Here's headline number 2. Thanks for having me back, Etep. It's Ricky Joe Bobby Earnhardt. And this right here, folks, is headline number 2. To all those who protect America's freedoms, this bud's for you. This July 4th, we're proud to work with Folds of Honor to help military families today and every day. Nothing like a company selling training fluid than trying to step on the graves of dead soldiers and marginalized groups of POCs to sell shitty beer to a bunch of retards. Hey, wait. Why we got Bud Light in the fridge? Back to you in the studio, Etep.
Seeing any Budweiser Bud Light post getting ratioed to oblivion has been one of the most glorious things here of late.
Anything they post. Anything
so
they post.
Sad. Dude, it's so sad the destruction is total at this point. Like here's the thing is like I support a lot of veterans programs and stuff. I'm not going to virtue signal them all, but like that right there was like a like it's like see we're virtuous, right guys? Hello fellow children, like hello fellow Americans. Like okay, I'm not going to ding them for supporting a vet's cause because I'm all for that, you know, till Valhalla Project, baby. But I see it as more of a disingenuous, like desperate ploy after they kicked that horse-faced Bolshevik piece of shit that was in their marketing team out. You know,
who is apparently on a leave of absence.
Yeah, a permanent leave of absence. Because I'll guarantee you that cow doesn't have a desk there anymore.
Nope.
Especially after those photos of her surfaced, acting very frattish, as she so eloquently stated it in the video.
Out of touch.
Yeah. So out of touch, and she's out just like getting fucking white girl wasted, pounding bag beers, and probably getting fucking a train pulled on her like she's
well, you know she's wanted to try.
One thing that may be worse than their ratios on their tweets is that lady's ratio of gum to teeth.
She's giving Sarah Jessica Parker and AOC a run for their money.
Wilbur.
It's like that. What was that kid's book with the little horror stories where the people keep smiling and the teeth keep getting bigger and bigger? You know what the one I'm talking about?
The scary stories. Books
scary stories to tell in the dark. Yep. What up, Clone Geek? Hail, brother. Sound of Freedom beat Indy 5 at the box office.
Yeah,
that's not much of a victory, though.
Which is that's fucking amazing, though.
It half of the theaters and probably a minuscule fraction of the marketing budget.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And back to the Budweiser point before we go on. And I'm not downing on a company for supporting veterans. That's not what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I'm downing on them for the reason they're doing it now, which is what they've been doing. Anheuser-Busch always supported veterans. They were sold to a foreign company, a parent company from InBev, from where they're from overseas, Belgium. Thank you. So no longer are they the all-American company. You know, they're just a small cog in a larger wheel, and they don't have that. They're not in touch with the U.S. They're not. So that's where this out-of-touch bullshit comes from. Plus, when you have idiots like this marketing exec who cost them $27 billion in market cap, that's billion with a B,
hard B.
You get where you are now, and that is a big problem.
You hit it on the head exactly. It's if you do something really bad and then you say, "But we gave money to St. Jude's." Well, guess what? Cool for that, but it doesn't. Dismiss that. Doesn't take away that.
Yeah. Well, my dad worked there for like 30 plus years or whatever, And when InBev bought him out, he was like, yeah, my pension is going to vanish. Like, you know, the whole Teamsters thing, you know, they're all corrupt or whatever. So he's like paying into all this stuff. The Teamsters stuff slowly started disappearing. And then when I was talking to him about this, he's like, I honestly expected this to happen about a decade ago. Because up here in New Hampshire, there's a Merrimack brewery, and I guarantee you that one's going to vanish soon. And they'll just have the St. Louis one.
Yeah, that's one of the shitty things sometimes about unions is my dad was part of a mechanics union, paid in for years and years, had no choice, put into the retirement fund thing they had. And then they essentially pretty much lost all the money.
Oh,
so he had to put the money in, lost it all, didn't get hardly anything on his retirement from that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that Simpsons episode?
Mine went through it with Detroit because of
oh God.
Kwame Kilpatrick. Well, Coleman Young first, and then Kwame Kilpatrick fucking the police and firemen's pension fund over. So he lost because he's a Detroit cop. So he lost a lot of scratch in that. But so yeah, this is a problem with companies like this because it doesn't just affect them. Yeah, it's great to see these guys take one on the nose, but it does hurt the rank and file and people that have worked there with pensions and shit. That's the caveat to all this. So let's move on. Headline number 3.
Oh yeah, you know who it is. This is headline number 3. Oh yeah, of course. Donald Trump just retruthed this meme of Hunter Biden and Dylan Mulvaney. Trump is such garbage! This narcissist has the humor of a child! The former president behaving like this is unprecedented! How does anyone support this lunatic? Oh yeah, the funny thing about the kid that's tweeting this is he looks like he's been on puberty blockers since before he was born, oh yeah! I said it before, the cream always rises to the top, oh yeah, well this kid is the jizz that sunk to the bottom of the sock, oh no.
Macho Man, everybody. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Young, never understood that Donald Trump has always been that way. This is nothing new. He was that way in the 80s. He was that way in the 90s, in the 2000s, the 2010s.
Just for a moment here, let's look at the fact that this guy's freaking out over a doctored photo, but not the legit photo from which it was doctored. There's literally
not the fact that it's actually a photo. The only part that's doctored is the face of the other.
Yes, Mulvaney. Like that's a literal crackhead in a bathtub who happens to be the big guy's son running this country right now. I mean, what did they find in the White House recently?
Yeah, I'll take a guy who may retweet an immature photo over somebody who literally sold this country out multiple times to our enemies. Yeah.
Amen.
Right? Amen. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Like, yeah, this Harry Sisson kid is like the epitome of a clown. Like, I mean,
he's a bot.
Oh, it's just like JoJo from Jersey and Jeff Tiedrich and Brooklyn Dick Sucker Defiant and all these other fucking idiots. They're just nothing but the Trump reply guys, the Brian and Ed Krasenstein, all of them. They're nothing but paid propagandists. John Cooper tweets, all of them.
Yep. And a lot of them, you know, it's weird. Like that one that we recently saw, that Walsh chick there that got taken down. Like, how many of them are actually like AI? Like there's no person behind them, because AI, especially generative AI, is getting so good now. I was actually, Parrothead and I were on Twitter earlier today, and there's guys like flipping out on me over. I left a comment about what's happening in France right now, and he starts bringing up Muslims and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're the one that brought up Muslims. I didn't even mention that. And like he's flipping out, and Parrothead's like liking the post, and he's DMing me. He's like, what the hell's this guy's problem? And I was like, I think he's AI. I don't think it's a real person, dude.
It's probably one of those. Well, that Erica Marsh, I shared the picture of the real picture of Erica Marsh, and it's you saw that, didn't you? It's nothing. I mean, it's so far. There's so many filters on her photos that I mean, it's it's fucking ridiculous. But no, this Harry Sisson kid is just another one of these little paid marks that just tweets garbage. And correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't he the one that got caught on camera? It was him or another one saying that, I wouldn't vote for Biden again, and then the guy was like, clip that. They're like, please don't clip that.
Yep.
That was him.
And it's funny that somebody who has so much probably political power at this particular moment, probably going to get a lot of young people to vote, probably couldn't like debate his way out of a paper bag. If you somebody confronted him who knew politics at all, would smoke that kid like a blunt.
Well, that's why they don't want a level opening. That's why they don't want free speech, because free speech would exploit these losers. Essentially, they would be destroyed because they have no arguments.
No, everything they say is carefully prepared and rehearsed, and they can't go off script. They glitch. They are the literal definition of NPCs. They will glitch. Look at what, and I'm not a big Tim Pool fan, but when actual Justice Warrior and Tim Pool had that chick on Culture War last Friday, Jesus Christ, dude, that was a massacre. That was a massacre. She had no fucking idea what she was even talking. You're a Nazi. Why do Nazis watch your program, Tim? It's like
she called Tim Pool a far right extremist.
Like he's
off too. Understandably, why that set him off.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Did you see his response video? Actual Justice Warrior put out, Sean. I
watched part of it. Yeah.
He literally pointed out how they were totally ignoring what he was mentioning on there. That they kind of got that one guy where he watched their videos and responded to them and stuff. And so he said, okay, I'm going to lay it all out. And he literally put all the stuff in there. It was so bad, made them look so bad.
Yeah. It's fucking... It's hilarious, man. Like these people just want to ignore the facts. They want to ignore the facts. And like I said, she's calling Tim Pool a Nazi. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like,
well, why not a white supreme while she's at it? Considering he's like me, he's mixed. He's half Korean or half Asian of some sort.
Do you feel like these insults are really kind of diluting it though? Like if we're all Nazis, we're all white supremacists, then where's the insult here?
Exactly. Well, it's the boy who cried wolf. What's going to be really scary is when the pendulum does eventually swing back, and we see real Nazis. Yeah. You know, we haven't seen any real Nazis here. We've seen people that the left didn't like, so they got assaulted or like canceled or financially terrorized. A real Nazi doesn't give a shit, dude. Your house burns down, your windows are boarded up at night, and you disappear. Like that's what a real Nazi is. It's scary, dude. Trust me, I'm Jewish. Okay, I've seen that shit.
Well, yeah, it's I've kind of said that for a couple years now, where like you take a kid, a little white boy has none of these holdups that we have in society, and you say you're a bigot. Why am I bigot? Well, because you're straight. You're sexist. Why am I sexist? Because you're a boy. You're racist. Why am I racist? Because you're white. You're gonna break that person down so much that when somebody who is a racist or a sexist or a bigot or somebody who has bad opinions comes to him and shows him even a little bit of decency, he's gonna attach himself to that. They're making racists, they're making bigots, they're making sexists.
In for a pound, in for a penny. Yeah.
Yep. It's like they're basically thinking, well, if they're already gonna call me that anyway, why not just lean into it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. It pushes that calling people that unjustly pushes them to that more than they would just gravitate towards it themselves had they never been called that over. You know what I mean? Like it can't. Like if you're young and impressionable, not somebody like me. I laugh. I say I get called a racist more before 6 a.m. than most people do in their entire life. And it doesn't bother me. I don't fucking care. I laugh every time I hear that. It makes me laugh. It's like, do you have any fucking idea? Like the stupidity that you're espousing because you don't like what I said because it was true.
Yep.
You know, I mean, yeah, that's just, it's a fucking joke. What up, D. Joseph Santos? Hail, my friend. Welcome. Hail. Papa says, come on, man, you haven't seen actual Nazis because you're Jewish. You're not even old enough to have been around for the Korean War. What the fuck, Chris?
Actually, my first kind of like scary like here's how grateful I am for living in the United States. My first anti-Semitic, like legit, like not like a joke or offhand comment, but like a serious, like, oh my God, I'm kind of scared now, was in my 30s. And it was an ex-girlfriend who saw my nephew with a menorah. She's like, what's he doing with that Jew candle?
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, total, like dump my ass on the spot, basically. Like all that's like the whole like total like, and that just like, wow, that was like my first real legit like anti-Semitism. All the other stuff, dude, like my roommate in college, actually outside of college, kid was like hilariously like his I called him Herschel because he lived up to all the Jewish stereotypes, even though he wasn't Jewish. And he like for some reason he'd be like, dude, I got this new idea for a World of Warcraft class called the Jew, where it's like you open a chest and his racial abilities, he comes sprinting in and steals the shit from the treasure chest, and he looks just like a gnome and a dwarf put together. I'm like, dude, seriously? Like, you know, but it's like whatever. It's a joke. It's not like I'm not scared for my life. But like after my grandfather died, I had no idea, but like he actually had to sleep in the basement for the rest of his life because he was on the beaches during that certain day in Normandy, and they fled France to Canada because of that shit. So yeah, we kind of saw it, like, you know. And then my neighbors growing up were German, and a grandmother saved my life when I was freezing to death, and she told me the story about how her little sister died in holding hands with her on the train, and that's how she knows what somebody looks like when they're freezing to death. So yeah, it's a scary, like, dude, like that stuff's still there, but it's not like all of the shit that we see today. Like everybody's accused of being not like, no, none of that. Like none of that. That's all bullshit. That it's intentionally paving the way for like, you know, like what the devil made me do was saying, you know, like they're disenfranchising white people in particular, especially young impressionable youth, and they're pushing them into the arms of these evil bastards.
You know, the better way to spell that is to say the first anti-Semite I've ever met, I fucked.
Yes, that's an Xbox achievement.
Achievement on. Wait, hang on. Wait a second. Wait, we've got. Come on. See, there it is, right here.
Excellent.
and then just because she was an anti-Semite.
Evil dies tonight.
Jeez.
There we go. Yeah. So
that's a fish said. He was like, evil thighs tonight.
All right. Here it is. Headline number 4. Are we ready for this one? This is our last celebrity presenter of the evening.
Hey, what's up, man? Why you the phone? I've been telephone. Hey, headline number 4. Hey, I've been here. It's time when you try the boxing, but it's time when you progressive and stay about for the lie. You know what I mean? I stood around and came out and said, I ain't very progressive. I said, you can't do me. I was very about the fun to follow and the Russian and, you know, and they got me gun. And I was like, hey, you sue me for what? Anyway, back in the studio right there, you come.
How is that still more coherent than Elon Omar?
So
I just want to just anytime I see your tweet, I have to fight myself from saying "brotherfucker" says what?
Oh, that was another one that got me suspended from Twitter for a week because she made one of those typical stupid ass tweets, and I was just like, you married your brother. and it's just like bap, week off Twitter. I'm like, really? For that? But yeah, reclaiming the 4th of July as a progressive holiday.
Can't happen.
I don't think that one's gonna work. I I just don't see that happening.
We're not allowed to be proud of being American.
I don't see that happening.
That's so frustrating to see people like Americans bashing their own country.
Right. It's funny because you have the whole, well, you can't play the national anthem or say this or the Pledge of Allegiance because it might offend somebody. Well, they can fucking just leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't like it here? Go.
Do you see people in other countries going like, hey, look, this is our national anthem, but if it offends you in any way, we'll just kowtow to fucking a small 1/10% of the populace. No, they're like, well, guess what? Go fuck yourself, bud.
Look at Puerto Rico. They like fly their flag like all over the place. Like, just think of watching WWE or wrestling, and they have a flag out there, and like fucking waving it around. They're proud as fuck.
Yep.
Why can't we be?
Well, and because we're white, like white European countries, look what they're doing in the UK. They're actually discussing like banning the Union Jack and shit, and that the the cross of St. George is a racist cross or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's the flag of England. Like,
it's time for another crusade, I think.
Coming after you, George.
Yeah, you can't. They can't reclaim something that they're adamantly against. It is like they're against every single thing that America stands for and was built upon. Then yeah, you can't take the kind of celebration of that. How does that work?
I mean, good Lord, July 4th is the only palate cleanser we have after the entire month of June.
June, and you got Pride Month and Juneteenth and all that fun stuff, and then it's like we get 4th of July. No, you bigots, you don't. You're a racist. Give the land back to the Indians who killed other Indians and stole it from them. You fucking assholes. It's like, whoa, manifest destiny, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, history, like civilizations aren't built by nice people. So Europeans were just better at killing people. Like that's
it. It's history's written by the winners.
Yep.
That's it.
Two guys standing there with the swords, right? One says, I'm the king. The other guy says, I'm the king. Well, guess what? The guy with the king is the guy standing over the dead guy with the bloody sword. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
His story.
Yep. And that's it. And that's where we're at.
All hail the king.
It's listen. Strange women lying around in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.
Well, let's not be too hasty on this strange women laying around dispensing swords. Look, I'm saying if we got a few more strange women dispensing sword stations around the country, this problem of all these stupid people running around is going to solve itself a lot sooner than we think.
What's wrong with
like Papa Cotton says, we take the warning labels off things for about 5 years, and I think the surplus population will kind of sort itself out.
Tide Pods.
And nothing of value would be lost either. That's the
I'm trying to remember
situation.
what politician said it, but someone actually made that comment about another politician in Congress saying, you're the reason we put warning labels on shampoo bottles.
Yep.
Like, god damn.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around.
Start selling some Tide Pod light.
But he's right.
Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be safe.
Good.
Oh, I was just gonna say they're like, who needed the Tide Pods? Let me ask my sister.
You grab the deodorant bottle, read it, push up bottom. Well, this seems kind of inappropriate, but
yeah, it smells great. But I was walking funny all day,
You're a lot. We have women that are putting fucking Gorilla Glue in their hair.
Yeah.
I was thinking, spread your cheeks if you're sure.
confidence.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, the Gorilla Glue chick actually got rewarded for her stupidity.
Oh yeah,
she did.
How is evolution supposed to work if we protected stupid?
It's not, Chris. It doesn't. We've passed the Rubicon there. We really have.
Yeah.
It's just at this point, it's just like I said, we have to laugh. If not, we're gonna fucking cry. That being said, though, let's take a look at a bumper here before I cue up our first topic here, which it's time for some Florida man in the titles Taz is a Florida man. And by Taz, I don't mean the guy we'll be hearing later on AEW talk about his son Hook making sweet love to Jack Perry's son, Jungle Bitch. Hey, it's me, Taz. Hey, check it out. Hey, my kid Hook's over there getting banged by Jungle Boy.
They're on the rocks now, remember? He turned
yeah, hey, it's a lover's core, Cole.
Yeah, they'll just bang it out and get it. They'll be back together in no time.
Hey, check it out, Cole. I didn't know my kid was a selfish bottom.
We'll give them a couple of really deep arm drags and they'll be fine.
Did you say deep arm drags or deep arm fit?
Come on, Hammer. Hey, I admit, he is kind of cute.
Tonight, you. Keep it up, girl. They may just haul you off.
Come on, Hammer, let's play.
Remember, tonight.
No. Bad boy. You live over there. Go back to the freaks.
You call him boy. My name's Hand Banana.
Me here.
No, not anymore. We're done talking.
Hang on. Let me bend over and pick this thing up again. Hey, Banana, no! Cause he just raped me!
You think you could back that up?
Listen to this guy. Could back that up. I got bruises to prove it.
No, I mean that ass.
Get nude.
You, basting that turkey today?
Huh? What's that?
Oh!
I'm gonna rape you. No, please, spaghetti, no, please.
That's just right on insanitary.
Tonight, you.
Today.
All I know is boy, ball, and rape. God damn it, Hannah Banana. God damn it. So here we are. 7-Eleven clerk busted for big gulp battery. Female customers struck in the head by drink thrown by worker.
Okay. Big Gulp Battery just sounds like a name for a really large vibrator.
Yes, I'll take the plan B, and I need a big gulp battery, please. I won't be using these simultaneously. So this was July 5th. The big gulp was on the other foot Sunday night in Florida, where a 7-Eleven worker was arrested for striking a female customer in the head with a large cup of lemonade. Cops allege that clerk Miles Taz Jenkins, 35, got frustrated with a customer over payment and threw a big gulp with lemonade at the woman. The incident was witnessed by 3 other customers, according to a criminal complaint, and Jenkins reportedly made spontaneous statements admitting to striking the victim Tina Warren with a drink. Pictured it right. Jenkins was charged with felony battery and booked into the county jail. Jenkins, who was released from custody yesterday afternoon, gave his address as a Clearwater motel. The alleged battery is being charged as a felony due to Jenkins having a prior conviction for sexually battering a underage woman, a crime for which he served several years in custody. Obviously not enough. So this is Taz, who had enough, apparently, and he took his FTW world title and was like, "That's it, Michael Cole. I'm taking this. Paulie, I want the title shot tonight." And he threw a big gulp as an open challenge, and Tina Warren did not accept the challenge, and he put her in the Kaj Mahara May anyway and made her tap out.
Did anybody else get the feeling that we're not getting the full story here? Like, is Tina Warren like a 800-pound woman with plastic fingernails that are about 6 inches long going, oh, no, you didn't?
No, I think the name would be a little different. And we would, I think there'd be a hyphen in there or 6.
He looks like a Taz.
This guy is, look at him. Yeah, I'm Taz. He's probably like 5'6". You know, he's like actual Taz's height.
This is awkward for me because I've always wanted to throw a big gulp at Elizabeth Warren, so it's
wrong Warren.
That's kind
Hey,
of hey ya, hey ya.
What up, Instant Regret? Hail, brother. Hail. Good to see you, man. Wait, he said power's out. Giant ass tree limb in my front yard, and I'm semi-drunk, but here to say too sweet. Right back at you, my man. Right back at you, sir. Hope you get power back soon, bro. I'll have a drink for you right here. I got a little bit left in the glass. So Taz right here has committed. Well, I mean, couldn't he have just been challenging her to a duel?
I challenge you to a
It's
big
time
duel.
He was being a gentleman.
He was just making a joke. He says, "Why do you got to be such a sourpuss?"
Wait. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell
I see
it. First of all, you get out of here. Yeah. D. Joseph Santos, all I got to say that is
He does have the look of someone who has had his underwear pulled up his crack without his volition.
He looks very angry. He's got the eyes of dolls.
This guy wishes he could grow the eyes of a doll. Dead.
He's upset because he's going back to prison for throwing a slushy.
Right.
What you in for, dog?
Ain't no way I'm
with a fucking lemonade.
Ain't no way I'm being Gen Pop and survive this time.
Assault with the friggin' deadly, tactical assault Slurpee.
Yeah, did that Slurpee have a forearm brace on it?
Well, that's gonna kill her anyways. I mean, why isn't the FDA being arrested? That's his thought.
Yeah, was there a plastic straw involved?
Get him for environmental crimes at the same time. Man, come on, just stack him up.
The EPA's coming after him now, baby. He's fucked.
Hazardous waste on the floor.
So this is as we call it, the Tao of Taz. Going back to the clink, the pokey, the big house for throwing a fucking lemonade at somebody. Jesus.
Oh.
And it wasn't even Elizabeth Warren. It was the wrong Warren.
So life is a lemon.
Life gives you lemons. You throw a lemonade at some bitch's face, apparently. So, do you guys want to talk about blackface? Because I want to talk about blackface.
Wait, what?
Seriously,
Mario Kart?
We're talking Jimmy Kimmel.
We're talking about the Wigglers.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wait a second. The Wigglers?
Yeah, it's the Wigglers.
Yeah, the ones that are like,
Father. My father! I found my father! Oh my god!
That's the most of the entire movie.
It's almost as bad as what's his name doing the
Wiggler, please.
Wiggler, please. So apparently blackface was trending on Twitter. Small time Republic. What's going on? Roddy Piper only went half blackface, so he's okay. It's the internet's own secondary Jim Cornette, ladies and gentlemen. Small time Republic is here. Colleen Ballinger has now been accused of racist behavior, including using the N-word and performing a cover of Beyonce's Single Ladies in what appears to be blackface. Yes.
Well, Beyonce's doing whiteface with that fake blonde hair weave and shit. So,
right? Yeah. Let's see. Wait, where's this one at again? I'm gonna scroll down because blackface was trending on Twitter, and it's people who've done blackface: Jimmy Kimmel, Justin Trudeau, Sarah Silverman, Gigi Hadid, Billy Crystal, Joy Behar, Julianne Hough, Colleen Ballinger, Luann de Lesseps, Howard Stern, Shane Dawson, Drake Bell,
Malcolm X, Rachel Dolezal.
Oh, freaking Sam from Cheers. What the hell's the guy's name?
Oh, Ted Danson.
Ted Danson.
He did one.
How is the performance?
C. Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell, right, in the movie, right? Yeah,
Oh,
he did that movie,
All
right?
right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play the audio because I'm not. I got C. Thomas Howell's autograph at Whorehound. Super nice guy.
Hell yeah, Pony Boy. Hey, Golden.
Yep. Here's I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna play the audio because I'm not gonna get copyright for the. But here's the video. Son of a bitch.
I'm not gonna play the audio.
I'm not gonna play the audio. I'm not gonna play the
Immediately,
audio.
not gonna play the audio. Immediately plays the audio.
Yeah.
I know. Laughing. It's just. Holy Shit News was performed before a live studio audience. Here's the wonderful performance though. Here we go. Here's her. Look at it. She just looks like she's got camouflage on. She's getting ready to go on a reconnaissance mission.
Is that intentionally blackface or is that just like shit on her face?
I don't.
Ladies, all the single ladies.
What? I don't know.
No, like honestly, like that's like greenish.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I don't think that's
in
supposed
back
to be
behind her.
I think those are.
Yeah, those are Transformers.
Yeah.
Well, like Giselle Shaw.
Yeah. But
don't Transformers get a pass?
Yeah.
Well, she's
They're higher
not
on
a
the spec.
Transformer, but they're not in Blickface either.
Well, I don't know now.
If I was gonna do blackface, I would put more effort into it. At least do a good job for the shit you're gonna get.
Yeah, that is the lowest. That is the lowest energy blackface I've ever seen. I mean, Disney did better than this with Song of the South.
No, it looks like a globe map. Like I see continents there.
Yeah, that's like smudge face. You know, that's like.
Yeah, so that is that's that. That's the performance
Certainly
right
no
there.
Black Yoshi.
And the way I heard it, Beyonce's a reptile anyway, so. That's the way I heard it.
Yeah, here's maybe this time we'll get a harmonica apology. That looks funny with the foot. That's the foot.
That's the photo she uses in her defense.
See, here's actually like this is an underrated tweet. Right here, look at this. I see blackface trending, and all I can think about is how the movie Tropic Thunder got people's panties in a twist because a white guy did blackface. Yet two guys do whiteface in a movie called White Chicks, and no one even flicks a dick, much less bats an eye.
Exactly.
And they were far more mocking than Tropic Thunder was.
Oh, dude, Dave Chappelle did whiteface all the time, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he played an old Jew in a barbershop.
Yep.
Yeah. Multiple old Jews.
Yeah.
Aha! Aha! Yeah, this is this gets a like. That's an underrated tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is funny though. So this is, oh yeah, and lest we forget, hang on a second. This we will show we'll play the audio. This is Jimmy Kimmel, folks. Remember Jimmy Kimmel doing his Oprah impression in blackface?
My body is my temple. That's why I start every morning with a brisk aerobic workout. But I can't do it alone.
Oh God.
Workouts are easier when you have a partner. My workout partner is my maid, Marguerite. Marguerite's soft brown stomach protects my knees and ankles from unnecessary wear and tear.
Not too much longer, mi sopra, okay?
Cállate. Shut up and spend 15 minutes a day is all you need to get your heart rate up to where...
Please, mi sopra, you're crushing my... Sorry, mi sopra.
Was it him that did Karl Malone as well?
Yep.
Yes.
O'Neal.
Made us sound like an absolute dumbass.
This reminds me of the Grimace milkshake commercial.
Happy birthday, Grimace.
Yeah, lest we forget Justin Trudeau.
Multiple times.
And yeah, here's her again. Yeah, and again. Chris, you want to comment on this?
To all the people upset about Asians doing blackface, did you guys have the same reaction to when Toby Fox made a character that looked like a racial caricature of Asian people? Dude, in Breakfast at Tiffany's, I laughed my ass off when
Mickey Rooney?
Mickey Rooney did that horrible Japanese. Like, oh! Like, here's the thing: is like Ken Jeong, he's Korean, okay? Goes by Mr. Chow, does like a terrible Chinese caricature of someone. So long, gay boys. Like, and nobody cares. Like, oh, okay, whatever, dude. Like, if you can't laugh, like, and again, I get the double whammy because I get the Asian and I get the Jew. I laugh at that stuff, dude. You have to. It's funny. If you don't find it funny, you have the right to not watch it.
Yep.
Like, that's the beauty of living in this country. You know what? That sucks. Flip the channel. You know? Personally, I think it's funny.
And if it's that offensive, it'll just get canceled.
Well, not only that, but if enough people
not like
find
canceled
it
like
unfunny,
the cultural thing, but like the network will cancel because it has low ratings.
or if it's just not funny, you know what I mean?
that
Like
too.
what's the worst crime you can have? Is like racial stereotypes are funny, dude.
Yes.
What is it? Tyrone Big? No, not Tyrone Biggums. Who was the one that the Dave Chappelle had his first skit?
Tyrone Bigsby.
Yeah, Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah,
that's right.
Dude, that was the funniest thing. I honestly had to watch that 3 times because I was laughing too hard the first couple of times I saw that. And that is he's doing like a white person, like a white Southerner stereotype, okay? But he's black, and they had that guy from Frontline who's like, when asked why married your wife for 15 years or whatever, did you decide to divorce her? And it was because he couldn't stay in a relationship with a, drop the N-bomb lover, and it was like I was laughing so hard, man. And these are racial stereotypes. Don't take them serious.
There's a big difference between cracker and the N-word. One, because we don't claim that's our word. We don't care. But then again, what was that list we went over a couple weeks ago of like the 15 million new weight terms for white people?
We're also not using it to call ourselves that as well.
Yeah. We're not because we don't give it any
What's
power.
up, about cracker?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, this is the 21st century. If you're still giving these stupid words power, that's your own defects. Don't push that on everybody else. You got it in your damn music, for frick's sake. If it was that bad, you wouldn't be using it.
Yep.
I don't use it, but that doesn't mean that. Sorry.
You don't see a bunch of Jewish people telling each other, "Hey, let's go fly you know what I mean?"
It kind of rhymes with circle, cakel.
Well, Kyle was tight man in in South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's this whole, being offended by this is, but I mean, the whole girl doing the performance thing, I mean, is it in bad taste? Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, let's face it, it's fucking stupid. especially like I've never done blackface before, and that's I have no reason to fucking lie. I never had. It always seems stupid. Like I remember a kid in elementary school dressing up like his name was Isaiah, and he wanted to dress up like Isaiah Thomas, so he literally painted himself brown and wrote Pistons on a T-shirt. Just put 11 on there with a Sharpie. I remember as a kid just going like,
really?
Is that accurate? Is that accurate?
Did he get the shade right?
No. No. He used more of a burnt umber. It just wasn't.
Oh, I forgot add Joy Behar to that list.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Joy Behar. She did. That heifer. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about is though this whole like this bitch knew when she did that. Like there's no point where you're backstage and you're putting that makeup on, you're going, "Oh yeah, this is fine." Nobody is ever gonna fucking record this. It's never gonna surface anywhere. Are you retarded? Like, come on.
This will absolutely not blow up in my face at all. Like,
Right?
The whole world went stupid when it went from being blackface and attaching humor and stuff into that. If it used to be any kind of what do they call it, like parody or whatever, was it's a compliment to you that they're given enough to but yeah, now it's like you do a caricature of a black character before a skit or something, and yeah, it's the same as doing a minstrel show back in the freaking 20s. I don't think so. Sorry, but rules change.
That doesn't track.
Nope.
Does not track at all.
How about the erasure? Like, there's a cartoon that I remember as a kid called The Maestro, and it was about this cat and I guess it was like a cat and a bulldog or whatever, and they were at an opera, and the cat like beats up the conductor and uses a magic wand for the conductor stick and puts on like the big gray wig, and the bulldog was like the opera singer, and he's like starts turning him into every racial stereotype. And they edited it out, so they got the Hawaiians in there. They even got the little English kid. They got all of them. But as soon as they went to black, boom, it got censored out, and you can't see it because there's a part where who's like high pitched black guy singing like a minstrel, and then somebody from like the stands throws an anvil and turns him into a little midget, and his voice gets super deep. And they just cut that whole scene out, and it's like, this is hilarious.
They edited it down to the fact now that they even edit out the anvil drop.
Really?
Yeah. The last time I saw it on any kind of broadcast, they even edited that part out. I'm like,
oh my
god,
all
right,
dude. Did they edit the crow? I haven't watched the animated Dumbo in a while. I'm wondering if they edited the crows out.
Yeah, the crows are removed too.
Really? What the? Okay, like I get it. But like but they were supposed to be like black, but like they were like Cab Calloway type.
Yeah.
Like that does like I don't see how that's offensive. Like Cab that.
Well, in the remake, they're completely gone.
Yeah, the remake. I saw the remake. Yeah, but what I'm getting at is it's not like. Has anybody else here ever seen Amos and Andy?
Yes.
Okay, so Amos and Andy. You remember the janitor Lightning? Here I come, boss. Eyes are coming.
Yep.
And you had fucking Kingfish always trying to cheat somebody out of something. I'll take that wooden head nickel and shoot. Won't you give that here, boy? That ain't worth nothing. Kingfish was the fast talking. Suit wore the suits and everything. But like, and dude, can you imagine? I don't know if any of these weirdos on Twitter know that show exists, but I mean, I'm waiting for that one to surface. But the crows, like, I mean, what the fuck? I be done seen about everything when I see that elephant fly. What the fuck is wrong with that? Like that, like what? Other than my rendition of it, I mean, what is wrong with that?
Well, they removed. So, Song of the South was completely nixed from like all of Disney. It was like it was solid out. But like even the cartoons, like Brer Rabbit is an American. Like
yep.
Like those are black created stories. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole Blair Fox, like there's a lot of allegory in those things, and now we can't even see the cartoons unless you sail the high seas. And even that's really hard to.
Well, I remember it was one of the Looney Tunes with Bugs Bunny where he's at a fort, and he's literally picking off people from the fort, and he's going, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians. Well, it's like, God damn.
That's how we got Matt.
And again,
Rushmore.
most of these people remember that the Looney Tunes were not created for kids. They were part of movie nights, and you have you come in, get your newsreel, your cartoon, your feature.
Yep.
Those were made for adults.
Dude, they were playing the old Looney Tunes cartoons when I went to the theater last time. Not the one here, but the one the next town over I go to. Sometimes they have like it's a triple, and I was sitting down there, and I got my popcorn, my soda, and I sat down, and they start playing old school Looney Tunes shit. I was like, oh damn, nice, and they were the legit like old ones. It wasn't anything like offensive or anything. It was pretty like, but I mean, it was just like a average Looney Tunes kind of, Bugs Bunny, and it was fucking great. I'm like, awesome, because you don't get to see those that often, man.
It's like every time they bring up the Bugs is trans thing, I'm like, no, he was doing it to mess with people.
Yes,
screwing with them.
It was a joke.
Doing it.
Do you guys remember in the first Wayne's World where Wayne and Garth are sitting on the hood of their car watching the airplanes coming by? And like there's a scene, I'm surprised this part of the movie hasn't been omitted out because it's offensive to the perverts. But basically Garth leans over to Wayne out of nowhere and he goes, "Hey Wayne." Yeah, Garth. Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and dressed like
I
a girl
remember.
bunny? And Wayne starts laughing at him, and then he pauses for a second, looks at him, and goes, "No."
Yeah, me neither.
Oh God, I remember that part in the movie.
And of course, I always get pissed off when they change something and make it ugly. It's like you're just mad because you can't fap to it. What does fapping have to do with anything of just appreciating?
Right?
Yeah. Let's make everything ugly because beauty and sexiness are apparently the same thing now. Like you can only find something beautiful if you whack off to it.
And it shows you where their mind is.
Jerk it to it.
Yeah, Mona Lisa's hot. I don't want to give it a bukkake.
Yeah.
It shows you where their mind is at. That's the first thing they go to too. It's like, what are you thinking?
Because they're all sexually deviant.
And they're bullshit because they act like this is a man thing. No, girls like to play pretty girls too in games. Girls like
a female power fantasy.
Yeah, it's not just the dude thing, but yeah, that's where they go. Is you're gonna jerk it to She-Ra.
Yeah, and that I look at you look at beautiful things all the time. I mean, and it's like you don't know. Like I have a hell of a fucking like garden in my backyard. And I look at my fucking flowers out there, and I'm like, my tomato plants growing and shit, and I'm like, damn, them are nice. Hang on a second, I'm out of my deck. Like, get the fuck.
Plant totally.
Yeah, baby, these fucking tomato plants.
Etep looking at his tomatoes out the window tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna bust one all over them. I'm gonna turn them green leaves white, baby.
His wife hears out the window. She looks out. She's like, "What are you doing out there, Etep?" He's all in the bush. He's all, nothing at all.
I got poison ivy on my dick. Nothing.
Was making fun of trans people because trans wasn't a thing when those things were created. He was cross-dressing to mess with his enemies. He was messing with Elmer Fudd.
He was trapping him. He was tricking him.
See, and figure
fucking with it.
Yep.
Figure drawing says it exactly right. Bugs Bunny was making fun of trans people, LOL. I think that's taking it a bit too seriously. No way the animators were trying to make some political statement.
No,
exactly.
It was a plot point. It was how did Bugs Bunny get out of this situation with this particular foe in this particular cartoon?
He dressed like the fucking opera chick. He put the cones on. He had the fucking helmet on and the pigtails and da-da-da. He was trying to escape. He did that. Yeah. Oh
Your
god,
pie,
yeah.
sir. Here's your pie.
Sorry, Baz. He was a
Jared,
trap.
I'm a Pistons fan, brother. I
Didn't
I
Daffy
had-
dress up like a woman too at some point?
He's done it a couple times, yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Daffy Duck.
Well,
Look
yeah.
at small time says
Not
Bugs
nearly
was a
as
trap.
much, no, but yeah.
Bugs Bunny
almost
was
got trapped a
Caesar.
couple times.
Well, that's remember they called Pepe Le Pew a rapist. Remember that shit?
Yeah. Those cartoons don't exist anymore. Try finding
No,
those. Like,
no, those
gone.
have been scrubbed.
Yep.
Those they got. Pepe Le Pew he's yeeted, man. Yeah, he's fucking always trying to nail that cat. Every fucking episode, trying to nail that fucking.
Yeah, because he thinks it's a skunk because it gets
Yep.
the right
Yeah,
white
had a
spot
white-
stripe from the paint.
Well, also
Yep.
not Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Minerva
Mhm.
Mink. She doesn't exist anymore either. She's gone.
Minerva Mink.
That's
She's
the one
the
that like.
silhouette with the nipples.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, I
All
mean,
right.
even Hello Nurse they don't use anymore.
Yeah, they don't use Hello Nurse anymore. Like that's all done.
No,
But
Keely
I know
Chow
that-
uses that.
what about
still.
the hot a mayor's assistant from Powerpuff Girls?
She has a face, eyes up here. I think they're gonna. I remember hearing something about it. I don't know what they did with it though.
They didn't get rid of Speedy Gonzalez because that pissed off the Mexicans.
Yeah, the Mexicans were like,
pissed
"What is
that pissed
wrong
the
with you?"
Mexicans off.
Yeah, we
They're like,
like
like what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, Gabriel Iglesias or whatever. I guess he played the voice of him in the new Space Jam that nobody.
he
probably
did.
saw.
That movie was an abomination.
Yeah,
that movie was
but
a fucking abomination.
he at least not defended
Yeah.
like them, but he was like for, it's like Speedy Gonzalez. Like what? The
I
fuck does it
still
matter?
prefer his cousin.
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I may be small, but I always carry a gun.
Hey, senor, here I comes. It's me, Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Well, of course, I remember the sanitized one when they stopped doing that one. He's like, I may be slow, but I'm fast in the cabeza.
Like, there's nothing offensive about that fucking
Nope.
character.
I was like Speedy and Taz. Those were my favorite.
Yep. Yeah. Here's Brightest Day says it right. If there's a single group they've underestimated more than parents, it's the Latinos, Hispanics.
Yep.
Yeah, because they just assume that they're all going to veer to the left.
So, hey, we're
And
letting all your cousins in from over the border. You're gonna love us, right?
Not realizing that Mexicans, like having a lot of Mexican friends, I can say this, they are Catholic. They are rooted in family and traditional values in Mexico.
Oh, that's
family is the one of the most important things on earth to I mean, it should be to anybody, but especially to them in their culture. That's why the family unit stays together. Like, they'll live together, and it's not out of the ordinary to see the adult children living at home. It's not.
When I worked at my last job, they tried to push anybody can use whatever bathroom they identify with, and they were pissed.
Yeah.
Like, all of them.
I had a friend, his family owned a restaurant, a Mexican food restaurant, and they were some SJW person was getting real pissed because they had one of those little sculptures of the guy in the sombrero taking a nap in front of the cactus. You might have seen him.
Oh, yeah.
And they had one out in front of the place in the planter box. And some leftist was all like, "Oh God, that's so racist! It pushes this idea that Mexicans are lazy." And they went, "Do you know where we fucking bought that? From a Mexican person."
Yeah,
right. They have, They weren't offended when they sold it.
They're thinking, I'm making money. That's what I'm making money. I don't give a fuck. It's a goddamn. It's somebody leaning against. This happens.
Honestly, if anybody believes that there's a stereotype for lazy Mexicans after the slave class that was created with all of the illegal aliens from Mexico coming into our country, go to California sometime, and it's creepy. It's like if you've ever played Mass Effect and you see the Keepers, these like insectoid things working on all of the maintenance and stuff of the space station. That's basically Mexicans in Southern California, dude. It's
Oh, yeah.
Those are you
I live in
can't go.
California.
Yeah, that's lazy. Those guys are doing more work in like one day than most of us will do in a year.
Yeah, that's D. Joseph Santos hits it right. I was just commenting. I have a lot of Mexican friends, and they have big families, and the food is fucking amazing.
Familia.
Family. There's nothing better than fucking home cooked, like traditional home cooked Mexican.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
God. Yeah.
That's one of the good things about California is you can get good Mexican food.
Yep. Dude.
See, we had one really bomb ass taco truck here, and the chick that cooked there, she's a Mexican chick. She's from Southwest Detroit. That's how you know she's authentic Mexican if you're in Michigan, being from Southwest Detroit. And yeah, she fucking cooked. Oh God! And when her and her husband split up, she took off, and that taco truck closed down. I was so pissed. I'm like, my tacos and your marriage. Oh no! But my food.
No quiero morir.
I'm like,
No.
like, lo siento. Was it something I said? Oh, their food was good though, man. Yeah. Anyway, I had Thai food tonight, so you know. I had quesadillas the other night, but I had Thai food tonight.
Yeah, man. Dude, honestly though, California Mexican food is amazing. I live in New England, so like basically Mexican food in New England is like going to Nebraska for seafood. So I had never had it. Like we joked, we called refried beans retried beans because the guy before you didn't like them either. But I moved to California, and I was like, I had never even had a churro before, dude. Yeah, Mexican food is probably my favorite cuisine.
Fisk running around. What's this? What's this? Like
Exactly.
Jack Skellington and shit.
What's this? Was in my hand. What's this?
In California, you got good Mexican food and you got good Chinese food, but you can't get good Italian in California.
Yeah. You're right.
You gotta go to New York for that.
Yeah, that's the other side.
It's like pizza. I don't know what the hell Californians like. What pizza did to Californians? But it's a crime what they do to pizza, dude.
You know,
couscous on a pizza. Who the fuck is this?
oh no!
That's not very good at all.
No, my friend, not good at all. Not good. Do not do that. That is no. Jerry, very bad man. Very bad
Turn
man.
it off and
Treat
turn
pizza
it back
that
on
way. Very
again.
bad man. That's another one, man. Do y'all remember Babu Bet from Seinfeld? Jerry, help me, Jerry! I'm being deported. Remember, Jerry was supposed to get him his paperwork to renew his visa when he started the restaurant. I'm from Pakistan. It's a horrible place. A horrible place, Jerry.
Bumblebee Man still on The Simpsons? Because I know they replaced Apu with an Indian actor.
Apu
Is
is
Bumblebee
gone.
Man still there?
I haven't watched The Simpsons in so long.
Who?
I couldn't even tell you.
Bumblebee Man. It was like
Oh yeah, the bee.
Yeah, Mexican. Yeah.
Oh, lo
Yeah, the
siento,
Mexican.
no bueno, huh? That guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was in this really big Seinfeld group on Facebook years ago, and there was like 40,000 people in there. And the soup Nazi Larry Thomas, the actor, was actually in the group.
Nice.
I always admired that guy. He was so fucking cool in there. He was so humble. Like, I mean, you know, he's not a huge celebrity or anything anymore, but I mean, still recognizable. Like, he's gray, but he still looks the same. And every now and then somebody would make a soup Nazi quote or like, you know, start like a thread about something related to that, and he would come in there and he would just pop in and comment. And he would do the no soup for you, and then he'd actually like have to, there was a couple times people like, there's no way it's actually you. And he'd post a fucking selfie or something like that, you know, to show it was him. And it was like, holy shit. It was really cool. And that's another character. It was like, oh, you can't do that. It's like, why? Jerry Seinfeld stopped doing comedy because he's like, if I can't do comedy, I'm done. I'm done. It's comedy. It's subjective. If you don't like it, you don't listen to it. You know, it's comedy's meant to make you laugh, but it's also made to make you think. And if you just want to dumb laughs all the time, then what are you going to glean from it? And that's one thing I always liked about the comedians growing up in the 80s was, they would make you laugh, but they would also make you think. And that's something that I stopped watching modern stand-up comedy and listening to it.
Funny.
Not at all.
Dude, comedians are the canaries in the coal mine when freedom goes. When comedians are canceled, it means your freedom's gone.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Area a little bitch.
Yep.
For not
that killed me, man. I was like, why? And that's the thing about Apu. Apu was not a harmful stereotype in any way.
He was a positive character.
He was a hardworking family man who was putting his kids through college and paying for everything and doing the damn thing. He owned a fucking business. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is, because we don't, it was just like Mike Henry that played Cleveland Brown. You can't do this voice anymore. You're white, Mike Henry.
Yeah.
When Cleveland Brown is one of the most white characters in that entire show.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that shit. That's ridiculous. Like, you got to get an actual rabbit to voice Bugs Bunny. You got to get an actual, duck.
It only goes one way, dude. Because if you look at somebody like, what's his name there?
Phil Lamar.
Phil Lamar. He's done Samurai Jack. He's done White Guys. Christopher Judge does the Greek Kratos. Like, it only goes one way. We're basically erasing white people from jobs, essentially. That's all that is.
Well, yeah, and they've been doing it. Well, it's like, what's her name? The one, Kristen Bell. She did a voice on that. I can't say I never watched it. I watched like 2 episodes of Big Mouth, 2 or 3, before I was completely disgusted by it and I turned it off.
I watched the first couple seasons.
I hate Nick Kroll. I don't find him funny, and I would probably punch his face until it was a pile of goo if I ever met him.
Damn, in Minecraft.
No.
Oh shit.
No.
Damn.
No, I would just punch his face until it just ceased to be a face anymore and just was like Play-Doh. He just looks like he needs his face punched into oblivion. Like Mike Tyson style. Like, I would exhaust myself like Dr. Loomis beating Michael with that chunk of wood in part 5.
I thought he was all right in the league.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I've never watched that.
The best part of the league for me with him was when he got to see his father, Jeff Goldblum's Vinegar Strokes.
Yep.
Vinegar Strokes.
As he walked in on him banging Andre's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually somewhat funny in the league, but it was mostly funny when they were shitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Taco and Rafi are probably my favorite in that.
Yep.
Kroll's dad is mega rich.
In that show.
Nepo babies, dude. That's all of entertainment.
Kroll has a hell of a peanut allergy and never learns his lesson. Well, I guess I'll make him some peanut butter cookies.
He's got some peanut butter on his knuckles. It's like the Thai boxers. You stick your hands in buckets of peanut butter.
What I'll do is, because nobody wants to fight somebody naked, I'll just strip myself naked and rub peanut butter all over my body and just attack him.
You'd be like the greased up deaf guy.
Come on, Nicky, you're never gonna catch me.
He's got salted peanuts and peanut butter on his fists, what
you do first is you attack first with the helicopter, he's like, oh Jesus.
He's got a bunch of dog sheets in him because he's covered in peanut butter.
Yeah, dog.
Fuck you! It's not all peanut butter. I had tacos last night.
What was that? What was that? Charlie Sheen in Hot Shots, right? He puts his in the rock candy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice segue. You mentioned Charlie Sheen, because I got a Charlie Sheen. I got a article from Manliness and Motivation. He sent me that. My dog had stopped barking at something outside, but I just ordered because I was all fucked up last night. After we're done streaming Mario Kart, I ordered some bowling shirts just to wear, and they're like Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men-esque. And Manliness asked me, I sent them to him because I knew he'd appreciate it. He immediately messaged me back brilliantly with only a response that manliness and motivation could have. He says, "Did they come with Crisco favored scented cologne too?" I'm like, God damn it! If you know, you know. But here we go. Here's wait. Etep would like to be Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now covered in mud. I did that. I was in the river. We were kayaking, and I was like, check it out. I was like, check it. I did. I grabbed the fucking tree branch, and I'm like, check it out. I come up out of the water like a Martin Sheen. I was really drunk. But anyway, imagine that. Me in a kayak drunk. It's been 90 degrees the last 2 days, and I haven't been on my boat once. I've been mowing my lawn and making YouTube videos. Mother of 3 sucked into plane engine, was warned to stay back.
Damn.
Jesus.
Consequence or action be
Sucks to
consequence.
be you.
You can't tell her what to do. Don't tell me where
that's
you're standing
that
at.
racist, yo.
An Alabama airport worker who was sucked into a plane engine was pulled in so violently she shook the entire aircraft. Federal investigators say Lizzo was warned to keep her distance from the engine.
Shows you how powerful those fuckers are.
Oh God, what is that?
Is that what it is?
Plane engine. Holy shit.
Holy shit! Look at these two.
Those are two of the women. Those are two of the women from Mob Wives.
Those two guys are plane and engine. That's
Roy after all that plastic surgery from when the Tigers mauled him.
That's what those plastic surgeons.
those Geico cavemen really came up. You know.
Yeah, someone shaved the Geico.
Stick freaking hemorrhoid.
Stick freaking hemorrhoid.
Well, I remember when I was younger, I went up to Vegas with my parents, and we were walking the strip, and I see the sign for Siegfried and Roy, and I asked my dad, said, "Which one's Siegfried and which one's Roy?" And he goes, "I don't know. Probably whichever one's on top at the time."
Oh man,
they take turns.
I wonder where I got my sense of humor from.
So Courtney Edwards was a ramp agent for Piedmont Airlines. She was sucked into an Embraer 170 plane operated by Envoy Air, landed at Montgomery Regional Airport on New Year's Eve with 63 passengers. So they told her to stay back, and she got too close because you couldn't tell her nothing. And bang! Next thing you know, we've got Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Is that part of that diversity and inclusion initiative?
Probably.
Very well could be. So so just stay away from the plane engines. Stay away from the plane engines.
Wait, wasn't that the one with Snoop Dogg in it?
Soul Plane?
Soul Plane, baby.
Now that plane is haunted.
Yeah, that plane's haunted by her soul.
Mm-hmm.
The planes, all you get on the plane out here is, I didn't do nothing.
No, I mean, I'm not laughing.
In the sky and starts turning purple.
No, I'm not laughing
Like
that somebody died in a jet engine. Like, that's obviously a tragedy, but it's the fact that like this person was warned and stuff, and they still did it anyways. It's like clearly that's evolution working.
And her last words were, "Cracker, don't tell me what to do."
Yeah, I ain't gonna do.
Please.
I picture it
to the Darwin Award list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't scare at me like that colonizer.
I picture it like it's like a fucking scene out of what is that, Final Destination. Her sitting there with the guys, like she's yelling. All you see is her shaking her hand and wagging her head. And the guy's like, I can't hear you. And she's like, motherfucker, and just whoop right in.
Yeah, those Final Destination movies are absolutely hilarious, dude. They're like horror movies, but it's so over the top, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I stopped at like the second or third one of those.
Oh, I marathoned
Second. I was done. I was like, we didn't need to, but the second one came out. I watched it with my girlfriend. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Well, the last one is a prequel. Remember all the people that blow up on the plane in the first one?
Yeah.
That's the last movie. That's the 6th one or the 5th one or whatever.
Oh, so all the people on the plane ended up getting off?
No, yeah. So the 6th movie is about them avoiding their death, but they end up dying in that plane as a way for death to correct itself.
Oh.
So the reason why that plane blew up, it wasn't just some faulty whatever. It was because the people on that plane had avoided death prior to the main character.
So they got on the plane and to basically braid everything.
Yep.
That's
See.
fucked up.
It rhymes.
Nature
I'm
finds
over
a way.
and I'm over here laughing at the pine saw lady for getting sucked in the engine of a plane.
He's a monster.
Oh God! All right, last story, folks. We're gonna go with this one. This is the one you've been waiting for. Here we go. Why not? To the surprise of absolutely fucking no one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no one.
Why'd they report it? That stuff's probably there on the desk and everything.
Right? Well, you know it's not Biden using it. I mean, it's his son. Hey, man, hey, use snow bunnies, man. Hey,
Wait, you
white
see that
girl.
video? You
I
see
need
that
one to
video on-
sniff.
Him and
There's a
Tony
video
Khan
going
should
on
get
Twitter.
together.
No,
Well,
there's
just
a
the
video
fact that there's there are people on Twitter saying, "Well, it was probably left by Don Jr." And I'm like, all right, so you're telling me that in one of the most secure buildings in the United States that is constantly monitored, that a bag of cocaine was there for over 2 years and no one found it? Are you really that dumb?
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
People, yes.
The bag says property of Calvin Coolidge on the side of it. You know, it's like
that cocaine's been here since Woodrow Wilson. You know how fucking many times they sweep that place, like you alluded to, CJ. It's not just secure. There's measures taken to search for every sort of contraband thing you can imagine there. There's nothing would sneak through there like that wasn't brought in by somebody at a high level. And like you said, CJ, there's no way it's going to be there for over 2 years, 2.5 years. No fucking way. There's not a snowball's chance in hell.
Well, my question is who's going to disappear and have an accident in the Secret Service for even reporting this? You know, because everybody knows that, like, they turned the White House into a coke house. Like, dude, these people are a laughingstock. Like that's
why
Trump,
it's called the White House.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. The laptop, all those videos, all those stills images that we've seen released from that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody is doubting that this guy is a drug loser. You know.
My money's on Dr. Joe Biden. I think it's hers.
Yeah. You know, that would not surprise me at all, given she's a doctor and all. She's a highly respected surgeon. Much like the future doctors who are burning down for Paris right now.
Yeah.
They went to the same medical school.
It gives her a steady hand when she snorts it.
Yeah.
I mean, baby. If I had to deal with that dementia-riddled fuck, I'd have to be on coke too.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Chris shared this. This is one of the Trump reply guys. You have Brian and Ed Krasenstein, the dipshit twins. The right's infatuation with Hunter Biden continues. Okay, so we'll just watch the clip. This is him. This is Hunter. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Just watch Hunter's face. This is not what people do unless you're a cokehead.
Yep. Trust me, I know. Yep.
That guy just shot it up. Just snorted it right there.
He just did a bump. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not just, hey, you don't just do, yeah. And look at Jill. Watch her face. Like, watch her face.
Yeah, she heard it.
Yep. Yeah. If there's any doubt at this point, like you're literally living in denial. Like if you don't believe it, trust me, I've got a bridge I will sell you in Brooklyn. It's phenomenal. It's great. You want a piece of this bridge. And no, it doesn't come with it doesn't come with Chris Christie stuck in the middle of it either. Fucking, he said something on Twitter earlier. I called him Slim McBridgegate. Shut the fuck up, you bought and paid for tubby tuba motherfucker.
It's glandular.
He's just garbage. That's the thing. I don't even need to pick on him for his weight. I don't, because he's just a piece of shit. Literally, Chris Christie's garbage. He's a garbage motherfucker. That's all there is to it. Just another one of those rhinos. But anyway,
he's
folks.
From Weird Science.
Oh. I haven't watched that movie in a while. I do want a Kelly LeBrock from that movie, though.
Yes.
I would not say no to that. No.
Yeah. God
Well,
damn,
I'm
80s
assuming
Kelly
that Biden's grandchild will not be invited to the White House parties anytime soon.
No. Tony says this worthless POS slept with his brother's widow, and God knows what he's exposed his niece to. Truly evil people wield the reins of power in this country, unfortunately.
In this world.
You're right.
It's this world,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, the Sound of Freedom brings a big light under that too.
Yeah.
You know, the Crestons.
I want to
think
see
they-
that, man.
They
Go ahead,
can
bro.
go
Sorry.
fuck themselves. Sorry, but
I don't think you're fine.
They are
No,
still
you're fine.
obsessed with Trump.
Yep.
If 4 years after he's been out of the office, they're still
Yeah, it's
obsessed with
ridiculous.
him. But yeah, we're the ones obsessed with Joe Biden's son because we just keep pointing out how he's such a loser. But yeah.
And doing things that would get any Republican
Yeah.
straight up sent to jail.
Any other human being on the planet.
Yep.
Yeah, did you guys see this? This is Brian Krasenstein here. He tweeted this earlier. I don't know about you, but I'd rather find cocaine at the White House than nuclear secrets at Mar-a-Lago. It's been a long day, though, celebrating Independence Day, so my judgment might be off. Looks like jizz. Watching the libs defend coke is an odd plot twist. If you actually did cocaine, your tweets would make a lot more sense, to be honest.
Dang.
Roasted.
Neither are stellar, but I will say this. The fact that they've made cocaine public and didn't cover it up seems promising. That better be flour.
Here's
Yeah, right.
I think it's his brother's jizz.
Secretly,
It probably is. Yeah. I just said way to deflect, especially considering the bad orange man was in legal possession of the documents. But hey, old cokehead Hunter and his dementia-riddled father can do no wrong. Your tweet will age like milk.
Nice.
Right here, the real line. Repeat the line. Okay, Dad.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
You notice how everybody that supported that piece of crap is like oddly quiet now?
Oh, there is no. Yeah,
Remember
I love.
Orange
Like I
Man
said, when you
bad?
see these.
Anybody's
What's that?
better. Anybody's
Yeah.
better than Orange bad. Got to get Trump out. Trump's a piece of shit. Biden may
Yep.
not be great, but he's better than Trump. Really?
Bring
That's
it
right.
back.
Really?
Yeah.
White House.
If your
Obviously,
standards are low,
everything-
maybe.
Obviously, everything with a capital letter T or any shade of orange is the most awful thing to ever exist.
Yeah. Hey, Hitler, Satan.
Yeah.
Oh, but there you go, folks. That is our show for the night. We're gonna head over to AngelousDraven's channel and watch Dynamite. Watch some AEW. Do you have the card, Draven?
I do. Give me a second.
Dude, this one's gonna be a good one.
It better be, because I don't want to yell and scream like I had to the other night watching that fucking women's match. Tell me, is Queen Heffalump on the show tonight?
No, but here's the card.
Nope. Good. That's good.
Maybe Britt will have diarrhea.
So we get Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Ruby Soho, Kenny Omega, Wheeler Yuta. We get to hear from Chris Jericho and Jon Moxley. We have MJF and Adam Cole in a weird fucking tag team pairing in this weird blind eliminator tag team tournament. They're in action. We have Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. Same kind of deal as MJF and Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin.
Those guys have
That'll
to
be
there
interesting.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Lee and Swerve.
Like
I want to see
Battle
that
Bowl.
match.
What's that?
Oh, sorry.
So isn't the blind eliminator kind of like the old Battle Bowl they used to do in WCW?
Basically they pair whoever together, and they have to compete together.
Dude,
I remember the Slamboree did that a couple of years.
Oh, nice.
There's some history though with Keith Lee and Swerve. That's going to be interesting.
That'll be a good match.
Be a good
match.
So, I think that's the opener, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm just a little
spoilers.
Disappointed with Britt and Ruby because basically Britt was out sick last week because her husband gave it something to her, and
soy
points. but like, unfortunately, what that usually means when they hold off a match like that is that's the one who's projected to win. You know, usually if somebody's too sick to compete, they'll just say they forfeit. So they're basically going to say is that Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is stepping aside for Ruby Soho. So she's taking that match.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I like Ruby.
I hope you're wrong too. Damn it, Chris. Mr. Sunshine on my goddamn window. This motherfucking Fisk.
It's funny. He's so like black pilled about everything else except wrestling.
Yeah. The only thing that Chris is not black pilled.
Chris Ray of fucking Sunshine Fisk. That's what we're doing.
You know, that's the odd thing is my sister's name is Sunshine.
Oh God.
Me. I'm. But the show just starts in 2 seconds in. I'm just like,
shite. Oh yes, that's shite.
The nostrils on that.
When I was in kindergarten, there was 2 girls in my class, not related, and their legit names. One was Sunshine, the other was Thunder.
Sunshine and Thunder.
Yeah,
Sounds like an awesome.
not related. So.
Interesting.
Well, I'm assuming that their parents smoked a whole lot of hash in the late 60s.
Right?
One can only hope.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you to all 72 channel members. Thank you all. Be sure to renew those memberships here when they come up. Y'all make me happy, man. And if you're a Harvey Wakuian producer, get those video requests in. We're back producing single release videos. Go check out the one I did today. Dumbass from CBR talking about they need a sequel to Shaun of the Dead. Get the fuck out of here.
Hell no.
Or isn't there kind of already like wasn't there already like loose sequels of like Hot Fuzz and
the whole
they're all in the same universe.
Yeah, that's the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah, so what the fuck does it matter?
Exactly.
It doesn't need a sequel.
Exactly. So, who's got anything going on the rest of the week? Go ahead.
Well, we got the Legion of Memers meme stream on Saturday that Devil and I will be on. And Devil, you've got your show on Sunday, right?
Yep, Sunday is Get Ranked.
Nice.
All right.
We'll
we will. What are you doing?
The later end of wrestling this week, we'll have to do Monday. So that'll be
Monday.
That'll be ROH, Rampage, and Collision.
No Saturday night's main event this week. I will be celebrating the kid's birthday, man. He turns 8. He turns 8 on Friday. His party Saturday. I know.
Time flies, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're telling me. So yeah, no show Saturday night, but we'll do a morning show tomorrow. Probably I can do that. Be recording a few more videos to be released throughout the weekend, and that's it, gang. Subscribe if you're not. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Check us out over on Draven's channel. We'll be over there watching wrestling very shortly. I'm Etep Wakuian from the Place to Be Reviews. We've been here with all you. If we don't see you, have a great day. A pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
It's better to burn out than to fade away. I could do this all day.
Cruise, thank you very much.
tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.